Hello, Sea Lion fans, and welcome back to this latest edition of Cross Exam. Joining us today, we have Chip Pitkin, the resident hall director of Young Hall and 2009 PLNU alum, and Rachael Schlect, accounting major and third-year volleyball player. Well, third year on the Sea Lions volleyball team. Well, Chip, take it away.
Rachael, awesome to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a fat minute.
Yeah. Well, okay, I just want to start off with, how did you end up at Point Loma? What got you here? I mean, a stud like you that could have gone anywhere. Why Point Loma?
Oh man, it was quite a fun story, but basically it was through volleyball. Definitely just went to a tournament one time and was looking at some schools down in California, and Point Loma showed up, and it started at then. It was my, I think, 15th year, my sophomore year, I want to say, or freshman. I don't even remember. But basically, as I was going through the recruiting process, I'm from Spokane, Washington. And so I definitely wanted to try something new and, go to California, because why not? It's 4 years in my life where I was thinking, why not do something different? And so then Point Loma definitely grabbed my attention when I actually visited it. I mean, you walk onto the campus and obviously it's pretty hard not to fall in love with it. And sure enough, as I kept visiting and doing my research and meeting more people at Point Loma, just seemed to be really the best fit for me. And I loved the volleyball program. They have what I wanted to major in, which is accounting, have a great business school, and obviously great Christian people, great Christian school, and that was just honestly so attractive. And so that's where I landed at, and I'm so thankful I did.
That's great. What was your first year like playing on the team? Was it like a big transition from high school? What was the competition like? Were you ready for it? How'd that go?
It was definitely a step up from high school ball and club in some areas. I remember receiving some, college serves for the first time and thinking, oh boy, okay, there's work to do here, which is awesome. Like, that's the way it should be. It should be comfortably uncomfortable. And it was definitely that, where it's step up, but I was still able to, keep my head somewhat above water. Just keep swimming, keep swimming. And it was definitely an experience freshman year, but I learned so much. I mean, freshmen coming into a fall sport it could be overwhelming, because you're just kind of thrown into the deep end, and, you're starting to play other teams right off the bat, and you don't really get an off season to get ready. But it was honestly an amazing experience, and you grow from it. You grow from playing other teams and grow from playing with your teammates, and the girls just welcome you right in, and coach was awesome to just plugging us right in, and couldn't have asked for a better freshman experience.
Yeah, speaking of team, what was it like connecting with a bunch of new girls that you never played with before? Like, how was team chemistry for you? Like, how did you build relationships? What was that like?
So the volleyball team going in, we often do like one-on-one dates. And so you get to know the girls at a personal level, just going out to coffee with them or going out to lunch with them. We all get some opportunities and times to go one-on-one with each other. And I think that definitely helps build the relationships across the board, because you get to learn more about each other than just on the court. And I think that's what ultimately builds that team chemistry. And yeah, it's not always easy, and it takes time to build that. And as a freshman coming in, it may seem like super intimidating. I remember it was kind of intimidating going out to, lunch with a senior. I'm like, okay, what do we talk about? And I'm thinking like questions in my head, but it ends up just being so natural and so just honestly fun, just getting to know the girls. And I hope that girls continue to have that experience as they come into the program. And that's what the chemistry is all about.
as you kind of look back, do you have any like favorite memories or moments with your teammates since the time you've been here?
Oh man. Oh, we've had plenty. I'd say, I mean, the list goes on. I could name off so many fun memories, but I would say just going, like, team dinners are honestly so fun. Just gathering around a table and just laughing our hearts out. I think that's just you get to the points where you just, the inside jokes end up coming out, and that's always so fun to start making those, if that makes sense. And then the locker room, it's just, you can't go wrong with the locker room before games, after practice. There's just always getting hyped for games and stuff that, those memories will always last a lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorite memories about being with the team was the Canada trip that you guys went on, and I got to be there for that, which was a blast.
Oh, that was so fun. I still remember you filming us, and your commentary was just superb.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I think your parents wanted to get me a job announcing games, but
yes, they were like, "Where's Chip on the other games?"
Sorry, it didn't pan out. That's okay. So you talk a lot about like being with your teammates and getting hyped up and like sounds like bonding with them. What is it like as a student athlete with your connection to the rest of the campus and the rest of campus life? How do you balance that?
Yeah, so it is, you definitely have like your athletic friends, all the athletes and stuff, but ultimately through classes, I think you build so many outside relationships, which are just awesome. I've definitely found some of my closest friends just in some of the classes that I've been in. Even since freshman year, you'll be walking down Calf Lane and it's like, oh, hey, so-and-so, oh, hey. And you end up just building those relationships outside of just your team or the athletic realm and stuff. And I honestly, I've loved it. And I'm so grateful that, you still have that balance of your school friends and you're still sometimes able to hang out with them, go out to coffee with them and study with them, or, just find time to be with everyone and going to church and stuff. I think that's another awesome opportunity to meet other people as well. And so that's been an awesome blessing as well.
Cool. So what's something that maybe the rest of the student body wouldn't understand about being a student athlete and what that's like here?
Let's see here. I think one of the things that, there's always the whole topic of conversation of, oh, we have to, manage our time and sacrifice some things in order to keep our studies up and keep our athletics up. But I feel like that's pretty well known. I would say the thing that some people may not understand is when we're going from practice to class, basically, and I don't know, less than 15 minutes, and we're all trying to get to class in time, and we look like we just show up to class and we're still sweating, but really you're sweating from after the shower and then hurrying up to get to class, and so then you basically get kind of sweaty again. But I think that's always just one thing that sometimes people don't understand is like, why is this person all sweaty?
Why are they always so haggard coming into class?
Yeah, and I think that's why.
All right, good to know, everybody else. That's the answer why.
Yeah.
Okay, so why should people go to athletic games? Like, why should I show up to a volleyball game?
It's a good time. We'll start with that. It's entertainment. Who doesn't like watching competition? There's something about sports. Even if you aren't a sports person, I think sports are just a great way for a community to gather. And even if we can't do that right now, which is sad, but it's just an opportunity to bond over something and to bond over something unifying. And something about a sports team and even a school in general can do that. And it's kind of like a vicarious representation of a community as a whole. And so I think sports and going to games lift that out of people, and then people are able to just get that feeling of, you know, watching hopefully us win and get that satisfaction of like, oh yes, my team won. And it's all in the heart, honestly. And when we get fans, it's so fun. It's the gym's just electric, and it's just so nice having that support, and it means a lot when people come. So
Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. So sports are important. What's a big life lesson that you've learned from playing volleyball or playing sports?
oh man, the life lessons are endless, to be honest. I'm so grateful to have played sports, but I think one of the main life lessons is working together as a team and how to work together as a group, because I think that's something that people will carry on in their lives, whether it be in families, whether it be in the workplace, whatever it may be. Just the team aspects of athletics, and even if you're playing golf or tennis, there's still a program backing you up, and how to communicate well, and how to work with others well, and encourage others to push themselves. And I think there's an element of healthy competition that can carry you on in future areas of your life. And I'm super grateful for that. I think just having that background, having that sports background has helped me to push myself more as I encourage others, but then they encourage me to do the same as well. So it works both ways, where we're all trying to get to reach our goals, and I think the team and sports aspects of that definitely help with life in general.
Well said. Okay, so I have this vivid memory of a play where the ball was hit kind of back row and passed from behind you, and you like jumped up and timed perfect a pass that was like coming from behind your head and like slammed it right down at the 10-foot line. And I was just like, oh, I remember talking to Liz about it later. She's like, yeah, that's big time. Like this girl's, I think that was your freshman year. She's like, she could play anywhere. Like that's top level play. And I just remember thinking, like, being jacked up for you. I'm curious, do you have one memory or a moment or a game or a set that like you can think of where you were just like on fire, and it like pumps you up thinking about like how in the flow, in the zone you were when you were playing?
Yeah, there's definitely those games where and I think I know the hit that you're talking about. I could be wrong, but I think that was against Biola. And you know, there's definitely some games where, whether it be your top rivals or not, there's some where it's just you're in the zone, and every pass that you have, every set that, you know, our setter has, every swing, it's just it feels crisp. And there's something like so satisfying about just being in the zone. And I mean, we should be in the zone constantly, but sometimes I don't know why it doesn't always happen. But some of those games, I think specifically my freshman year, man, it seems like so long ago. But I'd say my freshman year, that Biola game and APU game were the top memories that I have from that year. It was just such a blast. And those were both home games, I think, where it's just so fun.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your knee injury.
Yeah.
That happened sophomore year?
It happened the spring of my freshman year. Yeah.
Okay, and then you sat out sophomore year?
Mm-hmm.
So talk us through that a little bit. Like, how did that affect you emotionally, physically, mentally?
It's, you know, it definitely, it's one of those things that as an athlete, it's worth the risk. And it happens all the time. I'm not the only one. And so realizing that in and of itself is just like, I have so many, even other athletes at PLNU, and it's not uncommon for athletes to do that, but I think it's an opportunity to grow in a different way. And all of my sophomore year, so I redshirted my sophomore year, and I honestly grew so much by just sitting back and watching the game. And it's mind-blowing how much you can learn from just watching. And I forgot that, and I think that's one takeaway that I'm so thankful for, and just using injuries as opportunities to learn and grow in a different way other than just complete hands-on experience while playing was just so nice. And it was almost refreshing, and it made me also thankful for the time that I do have on the court, and just not taking it for granted, and just having that kind of taken away was humbling, but like such a good reminder. And I'm so thankful for it. And I think other athletes at Loma would probably say the same. I mean, obviously it's tough. We'd rather not get injured and stuff, but I think we all, and just talking with other ACL injuries, I think we can all agree that it's a different way to learn and a different opportunity to grow from.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's about as positive a view as you can take it. So how are you feeling now as far as like, are you feeling fit, physical, ready to go?
Oh, we're ready.
All right.
I'm so ready. I'm all cleared. I'm getting stronger. The goal is to get even stronger and even get stronger than when I left. That's the end goal, but I'm feeling good. Loving playing when we get the opportunity. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for just a better progression back into playing. I mean, I know it was obviously a huge bummer not to have a set fall season this past fall, but coming back from an injury, it was kind of nice actually, just being able to get my foot back into the door and slowly kind of progress. And by the end, I was feeling like a volleyball player again, just starting to feel the in zone moments earlier. And those are things that you don't feel for a while, and then when you feel them again, it's like, oh, I like that.
Nice.
So
how's the headspace of the team right now? Are you guys like feeling good about what's coming up, getting to play, not getting to play? Like what are y'all feeling right now?
Right now, I'd say we're actually in a pretty good headspace. We're reading a book together actually called Mindset, and it's such a good book. It shows the differences between like a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, and I think that's so important during this time of how are we going to use our time right now,
Mm-hmm.
And the time that is given to us, how are we going to capitalize on it? And we've had just amazing conversations, and I love just listening to everyone's different perspectives on things. And I think it's really eye-opening and cool to see other girls like really grow during this time as well. And obviously we're wanting to get out on the court. I think we're just so ready for that. So it's been tough not to be able to, play yet, but this spring I think is just going to be so good for us, and we're going to really grow from it and learn from it, and hopefully be able to play against others. And we got a little taste of that in the fall, not against a different team, but being able to play 6-on-6 on our last practice. And I think just having that taste is just really building and lighting up a fire in us, and so we're all stoked.
Awesome. And do you have 2 more years of eligibility? Is that right?
Technically, I'll have 3.
Oh, excellent.
Wait,
okay.
I'm thinking. Let's see.
Is that because you didn't get a season during the fall?
Oh, yeah, because we didn't get a season. So this year we'll all get our year of eligibility back.
Excellent.
Yeah, so next year I'll be a sophomore athletically, which is weird, but
So does that mean you're going to take your sweet time getting through your academic classes, or what?
My goal's still to get undergrad done in 4.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well, what's the dream after Point Loma?
The dream. Well, as an accounting major, my dream is to get plugged into a mid-sized firm. I actually have an internship lined up for this next summer at a mid-sized firm that it was honestly just the top of my list and so fun, and I honestly can't wait. But that would be the goal, is to keep studying and keep getting better at accounting, and specifically maybe audit or tax. I'm not quite sure yet, but we have some time to decide between those two. And just work my way and hopefully get my CPA sometime and just keep learning. That's the goal, is never stop learning.
Awesome. Love that. That's the growth mindset right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Awesome. So are you going to stay in California, or are you going back to Washington?
Oh man, that's a good question. Maybe the first year or 2 after I graduate, I might stay in San Diego, but long term, I definitely see myself back in the Pacific Northwest. I love the mountains up here and the seasons, and it's just beautiful. But I definitely have a little piece of my heart will always be in San Diego.
Very good. Well, okay, a couple personal questions.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place to eat in San Diego?
Oh, that is so hard. I would say I have different genres.
Okay, go through your genres here.
Okay. So obviously for acai, I love Northside Shack. I think everyone can.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously. Coffee wise, I really like Moniker. I mean, that's always called for. There was a coffee shop that was my absolute favorite called Gentile, but since COVID happened, they've gone under, which is sad. But that was my all-time favorite. Burritos. Oof. Okay, Tommy's tortillas and then Ortiz's like filling. If they could just, combine, then
have a baby, it would be like the perfect offspring.
Fireworks. In Ratatouille when he eats like the strawberry and the cheese, that's what that would be like. Just fireworks, And oh gosh, burgers you can't go wrong with. I mean, In-N-Out.
They have In-N-Out up in Washington?
No, we don't. So sometimes it just hits different.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some top ones.
All right. Where's your favorite place to go hiking?
In San Diego or?
Either, yeah, of all time.
All right. So of all time, I would say Mount Rainier, which is on the west side of Washington, and it is just gorgeous. On a clear, sunny day, the skies are just so blue, and it's stunning. I've gone backpacking there probably a few times now, and I will always go back. So definitely love Mount Rainier. But in San Diego area, anywhere just on the cliffs or Torrey Pines, or I haven't actually done much hiking more inland, but I definitely want to try some. There's so many on my list, I just haven't gotten to them.
Last question I got for you is, where's the first place you'd want to go when COVID restrictions are gone?
Oh. Okay, well, I don't know why this popped into my head. But I think, okay, I know why it popped in my head. It's because we were going to go there, but then it got canceled. The trip got canceled. So it would be France and Germany. And I would just it's literally on my bucket list to go to the beaches of Normandy with my dad.
Wow.
I'm just a huge like World War II nerd. And so anyway, that would just be huge. But more like realistically, why not Hawaii? That would be nice to get the team over there too playing.
Yeah. Nice. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rachel, gosh, it's been so good to see you. Nice chatting with you. I guess you get to cross-examine me now. Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, I mean I didn't have questions lined up, so this is gonna be just shooting from the hip kind of.
Great, love it.
What are your favorite places to eat at in San Diego?
Oh man. Well, I just got Ortiz's last night, and I was talking to a guy outside, and we were talking about how much we hate the parking lot there.
Oh,
It's the worst. It's the worst parking lot in San Diego.
and then you're in the bagel shop, and it's like, oh no.
It's terrible. I mean, people are just like, I hate it. But we were talking, I was like, how long you been coming here? He's like, oh, probably 6 years. And I realized the first time I ate there was back in 2003. So I'm like, you know, when you're on a first name basis with the people at the restaurant you work, I gotta say that's a go-to place. Pizza would probably be Pizza Port. Love eating there. Gosh, I mean, love Obi Noodle House. There's the new Mexican restaurant called La Doña, which is like right catty corner from Obi Noodle. That's amazing. So go check that out. Oh, Catch. I saw you and your dad at Catch.
Yes.
That's like one of our favorite places to like go on date nights for eating dinner. Catch. It's like I feel like it's kind of under the radar. Sort of a hidden gem there.
Date night place and good food.
Yeah. And then one of the cooler places I've been recently is kind of down by the Star of India, right on the waterfront there. They have like a Miguel's Catch, Brigantine kind of mashup, and like really cool architecture and fun place to sit. It's really rad over there.
Okay, yeah, I haven't been over there, but I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, I need to get over there. Miguel's too, the white cheese sauce.
Yeah, so good.
It hits. Are you excited for this next spring semester?
We will. Excited is a loaded term. It's obviously been a challenge to do things with COVID. I'm excited to have more people around. Obviously, having students back brings a lot of energy, and that's my favorite part about being here is relationships with students. And so it's this like, okay, how are we going to be able to connect? Because the barriers to connection are frustrating. Yeah. And so it's hard to say I'm excited, but I am glad for people to be coming back. I am excited that we are pressing onward. We are moving forward. Yes. And that's a good thing. I like seeing that for the university. It's fun. I mean, seeing soccer games happening, seeing some life, in this place is really good. So yeah, I'm very happy about that.
That's so good. And what's the weather like down there?
It's beautiful today. It's sunny, but it kind of rained in this morning. Walked out and it was wet, but we've had some like kind of cool gray days. It's actually kind of windy today, but it's nice. I mean, gosh, you can't really beat San Diego even in the winter. It's sort of the best. So yeah,
let's just say I'm excited to go back down.
Yeah, it's amazing. There are times I wish it was colder. Like we bought each other like rain jackets and coats and stuff this winter. And we're like, why did we do that? Like it's never cold.
Well, when you go to Yosemite or something.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm like, my wardrobe would suggest that I live somewhere like Spokane, but what I actually wear is more indicative of being in Southern California. So
there you go.
Yeah, wearing a long sleeve shirt is like the most I can do right now. Repping volleyball, by the way, right now.
The Wave Volleyball Club.
Yeah,
that's important.
Yeah.
Oh man. Last question: where is your favorite place to go hiking?
Favorite place to hike is Mineral King, and then probably put the coolest hike I've ever done is the Narrows in Zion. We started at the top and hiked all the way down, and it's just like going through canyons and crossing rivers, and it's like gorgeous and fun, adventurous. It was really rad.
Yeah, see, I still haven't been to Zion, and I want to go so bad.
Good spot. I feel like there's these waves of like the cool places, and everybody's going. It's like a few years ago, it was like everybody and their mom was going to Zion.
Even remember that. Even being in the Pacific Northwest, I remember everyone was going to Zion. And I was like, well, I need to go there.
And then do you remember when everyone was going to Iceland for some reason? There was like an airline where you get like $300 tickets to Iceland, so everyone was going to
every social media.
yeah.
Oh man.
So I went to Zion before. It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were the trendsetter, right?
Yeah, totally. That's me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chip.
Yeah, Rachel, good to see you. Look forward to seeing you out on the court again, and just racking up the kills.
I hope so.
Yeah, that sounds really weird, but you know, that's what you do.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited to be back on campus. We're actually coming Sunday or Monday. Monday is check-in. So
All right.
we'll see you soon.
Safe travels.
Yes. All right. Thank you for taking the time, Chip.
Yeah, for sure.